Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, or if you're new, welcome to my channel. My name is Brittany and today I'm going to be doing a full face of Revolution products. Now when I first started doing makeup, obviously Revolution was a brand that I drifted towards just because it is affordable. So when you're just starting out, you can't really afford sort of the higher brands. So Revolution was definitely a product that I just got loads of stuff from, and I have to say I've loved every single product that I have used. So I've got primers, foundation, setting powders, bronzers, you name it, I've got something from Revolution. So I thought I would come on here and just do a full face just to show you all the Revolution products that I have, and also so you can see the quality and go try them out for yourself because they are amazing products. So yeah, this is the look that I created using all of the Revolution products. So if you want to see how to get this look, then carry on watching. Okay, so firstly I'm going to be going in with the Banana Split Primer. This is a radiance primer with vitamin C and E, and this is like a shimmery primer, and what it's going to do is just add loads of glow to your skin. So if you go in with not a full coverage foundation, it will show through and just make your skin look really glowy. So as you can see, that's just left my skin looking incredibly golden and glowy, and as you can see I have got some blemishes and some redness, so I'm going to go in with a full coverage concealer first of all. This is the Revolution Conceal and Fix Concealer, and this is in the shade Light Sand. So I'm going to be taking this on a Morphe M166 brush, and I'm just going to take the smallest amount because it is really thick and full coverage. And I'm just going to take this over any redness or blemishes that I have. So that's just to really cover those up so they don't show through when we put the foundation on, because I'm not going to be going in with a full coverage foundation today. So I'm just tapping that product into the skin using my Morphe Beauty Sponge, and I'm trying to pack the product into that area rather than blending it out, just to try and keep that coverage so the redness doesn't come through. Like so, so you can see that that's taken that redness away straight away, which is good because we don't want those breakouts appearing through. Next I'm going to be going in with foundation, and this is the Revolution Conceal and Glow Foundation. Now I've got mine in the shade F1. I did do some fake tan last night, so I have a feeling this is going to be a little bit light, but we can always bronze it up with contour and bronzer later on, so I'm not too worried about that. So I'm just going to take this on my Morphe foundation brush. This is the M6, and I'm just going to take sort of 2 pumps and dot this around the face. And then I'm just going to go in and blend this out. So as you can see, that's really pale. And I didn't think it was as full coverage as that, but hopefully we'll blend it out a bit more and it won't look so scary. I was not trying to do a Halloween look today. Okay, for some reason this brush with this foundation just is not blending it out the way I want it to. It's just leaving it really streaky. It's not actually gone too bad on my forehead. On my cheeks, it's just left it looking real horrible. I have used this foundation before, but I haven't used it in a while. I'm not liking the way that's applying at all. Okay, that brush is absolutely doing nothing. So I'm going to go in with the sponge and see if I can save this, because at the moment it looks horrendous. Okay, so I have managed to blend it out a lot better with the beauty sponge rather than the brush, but I've never had that before, where a foundation just hasn't blended out with the foundation brush, so that's really weird. And the colour has sort of died down a little bit now that it's sheared out on my skin. It is still quite pale, but like I say, we can bronze up later on and add some colour back into the skin. Okay, I'm gonna leave it like that. I have to say, this is probably not the best makeup day that I've had before. Okay, so next we're going to go in with concealer, and I've got the Revolution Conceal and Define. This is in the shade C1. I'm just going to be taking this off under my eyes to brighten them a little bit and maybe back over some of those blemishes that you can still slightly see. So I'm not going to take a lot of concealer, just because I'm not really going for full coverage look today, apart from where those blemishes are. I want my skin to kind of breathe a little bit, because as you can see, she's struggling at the moment. Okay. And then again, I'm just going to use my Morphe sponge just to tap that product in. Again, I'm going to try and keep it to that area rather than blending it out. I think this, I don't know, I have used this foundation before and I did really like it. For some reason this time it's just not working at all on my skin, and the other products are just not going over it nicely at all. I've got other Revolution foundations, they're all full coverage, and because they were all in the shade F1, I just didn't want to use them because I knew they were going to be way too pale, because like I said, I did a fake tan last night. Okay, so that's what those products look like. I'm not entirely happy with that base, but it's not the worst base in the world, so let's just go with it. So to set this all down, I'm going to be taking the I Heart Revolution. This is the peach scented baking powder. I'm not going to be baking with it. I am just going to be setting down my base. I'm just going to tap some into the lid. Hopefully this will just blur this base out and save it. That's what I'm hoping for anyway. So I'm just going to take my E48 Morphe brush. First of all, just going to take some of that product underneath my eyes just to really set them down so they don't crease. And normally I would take powder on the lids of my eyes as well, but I am going to be doing just a little bit of eyeshadow today, so I'll go in with my eye primer soon, so I'm not going to be taking any powder on the lids. So I'm firstly just taking this powder on this brush in any points that I feel crease really easily or just need extra powder because they're like oily spots, and then I will just go in with a big fluffy brush. Okay, so now I'm just going to take my Real Techniques powder brush and I'm just going to pick up as much of the product as possible, and now I'll just take this all over the face just to make sure that everything is set down. Because that foundation is sort of like a glowy foundation, I'm definitely going to be going in with a lot of powder just to try and matte it down as much as possible. I just don't like glowy or dewy finishes, but it was the only Revolution foundation that I had that was not full coverage. I feel like that powder really is helping to just blur everything because it was looking a little bit dead before, but I think we've revived it. Now that the base is fully set down, I'm going to move on to do my eyebrows. So I'm just going to get my eyebrow brush, which is the Morphe M158 brush. I'm just going to take the spoolie on the end of this just to brush through my brows, just to get rid of any foundation or any powder that's in them from doing my base, and also just make sure that I put them in the shape that I want them, because then it makes it easier when you're putting your product into your brows. Okay, so the only Revolution brow product I have is the Revolution Pro Brow Pomade. This is in medium brown. This is what it looks like. Now it is a little bit dried up, so I'm just going to take a little bit of facial oil and I'm just going to add that, just literally a drop, just to get that product going again. And I'm going to be taking the smallest amount of this product because I don't like big chunky brows, and obviously with a cream product that is going to do that. So like I say, I'm going to be taking the smallest amount of the product on the brush, and then I'm also just going to, in the lid, sort of tap some of it off just so it doesn't sort of go on thick straight away. So I'm just gonna first of all take this on the bottom of my brow and just get that line underneath that I want. So as you can see, that's just really put in the smallest amount of product on, which is good.
Make promises, 'cause I don't keep them. I never make promises.
And as well, what I'll do once I've finished this brow is just take the spoolie end again of my brush and just sort of brush through my brows just so it really evens out that product. So if there are any bits that are a bit chunky, it will just get rid of those. I find it really hard to work with gel products on the brows, or even sort of pencils really. I find that they're just too thick for what I'm trying to achieve. but nevertheless I don't have any other Revolution brow products, so I'm just gonna try and work with it as much as possible. I think putting that oil into the product has definitely helped kind of sheer it out a little bit. I remember last time I used this product and it was just really thick and I hated it. So I'm not going to take it all the way to the front of my brows, just because I want that sort of ombre effect. Oh, see, that's just not gone on the way I want it to. A really bad makeup day today. I feel just to wipe this all off and start again. Okay. The only thing with putting that oil in is it has kind of changed the formula ever so slightly, so it's not drying down like I'd like it to. Okay, so that's one brow. I haven't got any brow gels from Revolution, so I'm just going to take my HD one, run this through my brow. I'll do my other brow off camera, and then I will come back. Okay, so that's my brows done. I think it's safe to say that I probably won't be touching that product again. This brow actually went a lot better, but this one, just the end bit, I couldn't get it. So next I'm going to be going in with contour. So I'm going to be going in with the Roxy and Revolution contour palette like I normally would, and I'm going to be taking this on my contour brush, which is the Morphe M405 brush. I'm just going to take this along my cheekbone and also just along my forehead. Okay, so that's my contour done. I'm now going to go in with bronzer, and I've got the Revolution Glow Splendor Ultra Matte Bronzer in the shade Light. Now this is a massive pan, and it smells delicious. It's like coconut and pineapple. And you get a lot of product, and it wasn't that expensive either. So I'm going to be taking this on my Morphe M527 brush, and I'm literally going to be taking the tiniest amount. I'm really tapping off that brush. This is a really dark bronzer, but it's the lightest one that they have. So you really don't need a lot. And just a really light hand. Yeah, see, that is intense. I'm probably not going to take that much on my forehead. It's really easy to put too much of this product on. That is the only thing. I think they should have come out with an even lighter one. This one's really warm toned. So for people that are fairer than me, and I mean I've got tan on at the moment, I think they would really struggle with this product. But either way, I did start off really pale, so I suppose I need to put some colour into my skin. But I'm just trying not to go too heavy-handed, because it's easy for this product to start looking a bit muddy on the skin, which I think maybe it has done here a little bit. I have got another Revolution bronzer, which is the Sculpt-In bronzer, which is this one here, and this is the Revolution Pro one. But I just really wanted to warm up my skin today, just because I have fake tanned and I started off with a really pale base. So that's that. Now I do have in my drawer back here, if if I can get it out. A Revolution blush, and this is in the shade Peach Bliss. So I'm just going to be taking the tiniest amount of this because I don't really wear blush that often. I'm going to be taking it on my E4 Morphe brush. I'm just picking up the smallest amount of product on my brush and just really tapping that off, and then I'm just going to put it on the apples of my cheeks just to bring a little bit of colour, and then just blend it up into that bronzer. So for highlight today, I'm going to be going in with the Revolution Soft highlighter palette. Mine is a little bit broken, and you can see that I have definitely dipped into this shade. So I'm going to try and stay away from that shade today. I'm going to go in with a different shade. So I think I'm going to go in with the more golden one next to it, which is like a bit more of a baked highlighter. I think I'll be able to get away with this because I am tanned at the moment. Normally I think this would be a touch too dark for my skin, sort of leave a cast. Yeah, that's definitely showing up. There we go. So I'm just going to be taking this where I'm putting the product now, just above my eyebrow, and then just on my nose, the bridge of my nose as well, and then just on my cupid's bow. I absolutely love Revolution products, and I love their highlighters. They're just so intense, so easy to apply, and they're so affordable as well, which is so good. Okay, now I'm going to move on and do my eyes. I'm not going to be doing a crazy eyeshadow look, just because this video is purely about using all Revolution products, just so you can see you know, the amount of products they do and the quality of them. And so far, probably apart from the brow pomade and maybe the foundation, I don't know, it's looking quite nice on my skin now. All of them have been great and they are just affordable. So I'm just going to go in with the Revolution Prime and Lock eyeshadow primer. Now this is nowhere near as good sort of like a P. Louise base, or even sort of like the Urban Decay eyeshadow primer, just because it does sort of blend out into nothing. So it's got no colour payoff to it whatsoever, but it does just leave a really nice tacky base to apply your eyeshadows onto. I got this because it was the only eyeshadow primer that they did at the time. But they have since come out with ones that I think are meant to be like a dupe for the P. Louise base. So I think I'm going to pick one of those up because I have heard some good things about them. So I'm just blending this out using the Morphe M173 brush. This is the one you get in the James Charles set, and it's perfect, I find, just for blending out primers. And then I'm also just going to take my finger as well, just to really warm up that product and blend it out further. I think I've heard someone say, in fact I've heard a lot of people say, like, when doing makeup you just need to trust in the process. And obviously I started off this look saying like I just wanted to wipe it all off. But I've kept on going, and actually like it's all coming together now. All the products are sort of blended, in, and I'm really liking how these products are performing. Even the foundation just really settled down on my skin really nicely. I can't really say the same for that brow. That brow is just a disaster. But it's makeup, we can wipe it off at the end of the day, so it's not a problem. So for eyeshadow, I'm going to be going in with the Roxy and Revolution eyeshadow palette. This is the Ride or Die palette, and this has just got some real nice neutral shades. So I'm just going to be taking sort of a light brown and just taking this through my crease, maybe adding a little bit of a shimmer on the lid, just keeping it really, really basic. Just because I am going to be popping on some lashes today, and I find the lashes that I want to wear, they're so big and fluffy that you can't see eyeshadow underneath anyway. I'm just trying to find my brush. Okay. So I'm just going to take the shade up here called Cookie, and I'm going to be taking this on my Morphe M456 and just running this really lightly through the crease, just to add a little bit of colour, a little bit dimension to the eyes. But again, like I said, nothing crazy. So you can see colour pay off straight away, and I can just feel how tacky that eyeshadow primer is. I can feel it just picking up that product. So I think I'm actually going to take this colour on my lid as well and just go for a sort of a real smoky brown eye today. Just because we are coming into the winter months now, so it's nice to sort of deepen everything like so. And then I'm just going to take a real fluffy brush, so the Morphe M441 brush, which is just a real fluffy blending brush, and just blend that colour out, mainly at the top, just so we haven't got any harsh lines, and just make it real smoky as well. So these blend out super easy. I mean, I've just gone in for 2 seconds just blending that, and already that's blended. So I'm just going to go and do the same on the other eye, and then I will come back and we will finish off the look. Okay, so that's all I'm going to do for the eyes today, eyeshadow wise anyway. Next I'm going to go in with mascara, and I've got this mascara here. It's the Revolution mascara. It doesn't actually have a name, but it's a fairly new one. I've used it a couple of times and I am really liking it. I'm just going to go ahead and curl my lashes off camera, and then I'll come back to apply the mascara. Okay, so I've just gone ahead and curled my lashes, and I'm now just going to be taking that mascara. That's what the wand looks like, and I'm just going to run this through my lashes. As you can see, that's just picked them up straight away. It's not leaving them clumpy. That is just a really nice mascara. And the butterfly, actually on the product, you can take that off, adjust it and wear it as a ring. I feel like maybe that's aimed at like a slightly younger audience. I personally wouldn't do that. I think it looks really nice on the packaging. It just makes it feel a little bit more expensive, I think, leaving it on there. And the product itself actually feels quite heavy, which obviously makes it a bit more bougie. Okay, Okay, so I'm only going to be doing one coat of mascara today because I am going to be going in with some lashes, but I'm probably going to apply those later off camera because they're not Revolution lashes. They are just the Luxe lashes. You can get these off Depop. They are amazing. I mean, I've got like loads of them now because they are just great lashes. So the only other thing to do before lashes is setting spray. So I've got the Fix and Glow setting spray. Not only does this set down, but it leaves the skin looking dewy without it actually being dewy because it's adding those glitter pigments. I don't know if you can see sort of the glitter swirling around there, and this smells amazing. It smells sort of like coconut and pineapple, sort of similar to that bronzer, so it just reminds me of being on holiday. So I'm just going to go ahead and spritz a little bit of this just to set everything down and also just melt it all together. Oh, smells so good. I definitely recommend this as a setting spray if you don't actually like dewy products, because it sets everything down but it leaves it looking dewy because of the glitter pigment. So yeah, that's definitely one of my favourite setting sprays at the moment, and it's really affordable as well because I mean all Revolution products are affordable, which is what I love about them. So for lips, I haven't got a lot of Revolution lip products. I'm probably going to go in with one of the Soph lipsticks. So this is in the shade Syrup, and it's just a nice nude shade. So I'm just going to take this . So it's quite a creamy formula. I wouldn't say it's matte. It might dry down matte, but at the moment it does just feel really creamy, which I do actually prefer because although I do like matte lipsticks, these ones obviously don't dry your lips out as much as matte ones would. And the shade as well is just beautiful, just a really nice nude. So I'm just going to pop off camera, I'm going to pop some lashes on, and then I will come back to do the ending of the video. Okay, so I've just gone ahead and popped those lashes on. They are the Luxe lashes in the style Wispy, and I'm absolutely in love with them. I was going to pop the style Butte on, but I wear those all the time, so I decided to pop these ones on, and they're not as dramatic, but they are still really nice. So this is the finished look using all Revolution products, obviously apart from the lashes. So yeah, I'm really happy with how it has turned out in the end. To begin with, it was a nightmare. But yeah, I just absolutely love Revolution products. They're so affordable, yet so good. The quality of them is really good for the price you pay. Obviously not all products in every single brand is going to be amazing, so I didn't really get along with the brow pomade, but I think that's more of what I prefer, like my personal preference, rather than the product being a bad product. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and maybe leave a comment down below on what you want to see next. Yeah, thank you for watching. Bye guys.